All right, let's dive into something that can literally make or break a home sale: curb appeal. We're going to get into some super simple, really effective fixes that can get your house sold way faster just by figuring out what makes a buyer's brain light up.
You know how it is, right? You're scrolling through the real estate apps, you see a new listing pop up, and then, boom, before you can even blink, it's got a sold sign on it. It happens in a weekend, and you're left thinking, wait, what? How did they pull that off so fast?
Well, listen, a huge piece of that puzzle isn't some crazy market strategy or, some secret pricing trick. It is so much simpler than that. The secret starts right there, at the street. That very first glance a buyer gets from the curb, that might just be the single most powerful tool you have as a seller.
Okay, so first things first, let's really dig into why that first impression is such a big deal.
I love this analogy. Think of your home's curb appeal as its handshake. Is it a good one? Firm, confident, welcoming? Or is it kind of weak and hesitant? Because that first handshake, that sets the entire tone. It frames a buyer's whole mindset and what they expect to find once they actually walk inside.
And there's some real psychology going on here. I mean, if you pull up and see peeling paint or totally overgrown yard, your brain immediately screams project, right? It plants this little seed of doubt, like, if this is what they let me see, what else is wrong? But a sharp, cared-for exterior, that inspires total confidence. It sends a message that says, hey, this home has been loved. And that feeling, well, that's what creates desire.
And look, this isn't just about warm, fuzzy feelings. We're talking about real money here. The numbers don't lie. Some of these minor outdoor upgrades can give you an incredible return on your investment. We're talking up to 150%. That's not just getting your money back. That's making a real profit from a few simple weekend projects. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, where do you even start? Well, it's way simpler than you might think. Let's just start with the absolute basics: clean, trim, and tidy.
Yeah, these are the non-negotiables. This is ground zero. Step 1, mow the lawn. And don't forget to edge the walkways. You want those crisp, clean lines. Step 2, get out there and pull every single weed. Step 3, pressure wash everything. The driveway, the sidewalks, the siding, get that grime off. And finally, step 4, trim back those overgrown bushes, especially if they're blocking a window. You want to let all that natural light pour in.
All right, once you've got that clean slate, now we get to the fun part. It's time to add a little splash of color, a little character, the stuff that really makes a house pop from the street. And listen, this does not mean you need some giant, expensive landscaping overhaul. No way. A couple of big, vibrant potted plants right by the front door, that can work wonders. Some easy, low-maintenance flowers like marigolds or petunias add that perfect pop of cheer. Oh, and here's a pro tip for you: a fresh layer of mulch. It's got to be one of the cheapest, fastest ways to make your entire yard look instantly polished and put together.
Okay, the landscape is looking fantastic. Now let's zoom in a little bit and focus on the details. Because this, right here, is where you can make a massive impact for very little money and effort. Think about these easy swaps. New modern house numbers? That's like a 5-minute job. A new mailbox? Same deal. What about updated light fixtures? They can totally change the vibe of the entryway, especially for those evening showings. Even something as simple as a new door handle or a smart lock adds that little touch of modern style and security that buyers absolutely notice.
But seriously, if you only have time to do one thing from this entire list, make it this: put a fresh coat of paint on your front door. Pick a color that works with your exterior, sure, but one that also has a little bit of personality. It creates an instant focal point and just screams, welcome home.
We're so close. Okay, we've cleaned, we've added color, we've upgraded the details. Now it is time for those final little welcoming touches, the things that really transform a house into a home in a buyer's imagination.
These are the things that forge that emotional connection. A brand new clean doormat, a tasteful wreath that matches the season, maybe even just a simple pair of chairs on the porch. These little staging elements, they allow a buyer to instantly picture themselves living there, having their morning coffee. The key is just to keep it simple and inviting, not super personal.
And hey, if you're still wondering, does all this stuff really work? Listen to this. This is a real story from an agent. A seller made just a few simple tweaks, added some solar lights along the path, put up a couple of hanging plants, and the result? The house was under contract in 3 days. And get this, it sold for above the asking price. That, my friends, is the power of a great first impression.
So, when you really boil it all down, it's this simple. Curb appeal is not just about looking pretty. It's your home's opening statement. It is the very first sales pitch you make to a potential buyer. You gotta make it a great one.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. Whether you're planning on selling tomorrow or, years from now, what's one simple change you heard about today that you could actually go and do this weekend? What's that one small step you could take to make someone pull up to your home, stop, and just instantly fall in love?